Good afternoon, and call to order, please. If everyone could please be seated and sit quietly as we begin this Eagle Scout Court of Honor. I'd like to call on Sean Donahue, Senior Patrol Leader Emeritus of Troop 89, to lead our opening ceremony.
Will everyone please stand? Troop 89, advance. Will Scout Jacob Pastori escort Eagle candidate Daniel Kemp and his parents forward? Will Scout Liam Curry escort Eagle candidate Ben Simonini and his mother forward? Will everyone please remain standing for the presentation of the colors? Color Guard, advance. Color Guard, post. Will everyone please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Turn and salute the flag and begin the Pledge of Allegiance after say, Color Guard, post. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Sean. I would like to now call Bob Benson up to give the invocation. Bob.
Good afternoon. Oops. Good afternoon. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as a family, friends, leaders, and fellow scouts on this significant day in the life of Benjamin and Daniel. Today is a celebration of a journey full of challenges, achievements, brotherhood, friendship, and fun. Today we think of all the merit badges earned along the way, the oath committed to, the character these young men developed, and the service to our community these two worked so hard to bring about. Little by little, month by month, and year by year, they were making a difference, and we celebrate their commitment and hard work. So we ask for your blessing on Benjamin and Daniel, their families who supported and encouraged them, and their fellow scouts who helped them along the way. Bless the scout leaders, Troop 89, and all who are physically here or in spirit. Continue to walk with them as they take these next steps in becoming the scouts and the people you desire them to be. Amen.
Thank you, Bob. Now, like to welcome everyone. Thank you for joining today in the spirit of support, admiration, and congratulations for Daniel, Ben, and their families. Their Eagle journeys were different, but both were marked by tremendous dedication, work ethic, and Scout spirit. Also the support of their family and community. Now I'd like you to please join me in welcoming our esteemed and honored guests, Massachusetts State Representative Joshua Tarski, Select Board members Gus Murby and Pete Peterson, Ted Wolfstich, President of the Medfield Lions Club, Paul Galafaro of the American Legion Post 110, and our Unit Commissioner, Jerry Kazanjian. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Troop 89 Scoutmaster, Mr. Jones.
Please have a seat, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a privilege and a true honor to stand here today as we celebrate this remarkable achievement of both Ben and Daniel, earning the rank of Eagle Scout. This isn't just another rank. It represents years of learning, leadership, service, and living by a set of values that define the very heart of scouting. My grandparents are going to roll over right now, but Hank Aaron, a Yankee, a former scout, and one of the greatest baseball players of all time, is quoted as saying, "The greatest positive influence in my life was my involvement in scouting." Only 25% of all boys become Boy Scouts. For all boys that become Scouts, here are some facts. 30% of them will drop out in the first year. 100% of all Scouts will learn something from scouting. Almost all will develop hobbies that will add interest throughout the rest of their lives. At least 2% of Scouts will use something they learned in scouting to save their own life, while another 1% will use what they learned in scouting to save another person's life. At least 1% will later say that he valued his Eagle Scout accomplishment above his college degree. Many will find their future vocation through merit badge work and scouting contacts. Less than 1% of them will ever appear before a juvenile court judge. 17% will later become scout leaders and give leadership to thousands of additional scouts. 8% will go into careers that have to do with interests that they learned from scouting. And less than 4% will go on to earn the rank of Eagle. Less than 4%. From the very first scout meeting, each young person makes a simple but powerful promise. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the Scout law. These aren't just words recited at the start of a meeting. They're a compass, a guide for how to live a meaningful life. The 12 points of our Scout law: trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent, which you'll hear about in a little bit. They're not temporary traits to practice only in uniform. There are lifelong values that shape who we become. An Eagle Scout has shown that they can lead with integrity, serve their community with humility, and make a difference in the lives of others. But what truly matters isn't the medal on the chest or the badge on the sash. What matters is what happens after the ceremony, how these values are carried into classrooms, workspaces, families, and throughout our communities. Being an Eagle Scout means choosing to be trustworthy when no one is watching. It means being loyal to friends, family, and principals, and even when it's difficult. It means helping others with expecting no recognition. It means living each day with kindness, courage, and reverence for something greater than yourself. Today, we celebrate not just an accomplishment, but a commitment to lead by example, to live the Scout oath and law, not just in scouting, but in everyday life. As I mentioned earlier, less than 4% of registered Scouts can make the claim that they are Eagle Scouts. Troop 89 is very proud that over 50% of our registered Scouts make it to Eagle rank. I would like to share with the two of you some of the distinguished company that you can now be compared to. More than 1/4 of our United States senators are Eagle Scouts. Over 60 of our current congressmen are Eagle Scouts. 11 of our state governors are Eagle Scouts. 40 current and past astronauts, including Neil Armstrong and James Lovell, the commander of the Apollo 13 mission, are Eagle Scouts. Several current and past professional athletes and coaches, including Hall of Fame basketball player Bill Bradley, the Red Sox postseason hero Shane Victorino, and Jim Mora, the 1987 NFL Coach of the Year, are all Eagle Scouts. Dr. James Andrews, a surgeon who has treated many high-profile athletes, including basically inventing a procedure for Curt Schilling's foot that allowed him to pitch and beat the Yankees in Game 6 of the 2004 American League Championship Series, and also a Medfield former resident, is an Eagle Scout. Over 1,700 chief executive officers, presidents, and head of companies, including Bill Gates, the founder of Microsoft, J.W. Marriott, chairman and CEO of Marriott Hotels, and Sam Walton, founder of Walmart Corporation, they are all Eagle Scouts. Countless politicians, including Ross Perot, former presidential candidate, Michael Bloomberg, former mayor of New York, Michael Dukakis, former governor of Massachusetts, and Gerald Ford, the 38th president of the United States, are Eagle Scouts. Not many people can be mentioned in the same breath as these individuals, but the two of you now can. Don't wait for the world to acknowledge your accomplishments. By all means, take pride in what you've done, but don't let it go to your head. When you've finished with scouting, fold up your uniform and sash and put them away somewhere private with all the other tokens of what you've accomplished so far. Then roll up your sleeves, get out into the world, and put what you've learned to use. My advice to you, one Eagle to another. Once the celebration of today subsided, put this accomplishment on your resume and never take it off. It will follow you for the rest of your life. Remember, once an Eagle, never. Once an Eagle, excuse me, always an Eagle. Sorry, Jerry. When you're old and gray, you should be telling your children, tell your grandchildren, tell them that you are an Eagle Scout. You are going to do huge things in this world. You've climbed high, but the true mountain lies ahead. The one you will climb through the choices you make and the life you build. I have no doubt that you will continue to live the ideals of scouting in all that you do. Ben and Daniel, congratulations on this extraordinary achievement. You make Troop 89, your family, your friends, the town of Medfield, and the scouting community extremely proud. Congratulations, boys. Just a minute. I'm not done. Just a moment. I reached out to our former Scoutmaster, Mr. Jim Hatch, and he has a few words to say as well. Mr. Jim Hatch cannot be here tonight, so he first says he offers his sincerest apologies for not being able to make it. Of everything that goes along with being a Scoutmaster and committee chair, celebrating Eagle Scouts far outweigh anything else. Daniel and Ben, you have worked so hard to get here today, and we want nothing more for you to sit back and relax and soak it all in. All of the hard work is done, and now it's time to celebrate your accomplishments. Daniel, I always pay very close attention to your younger brothers of future Eagle Scouts as they join the troop. They can always go one of two ways. I've seen younger brothers simply ride the coattails of their older brothers and never really establish themselves as their own scout. Then there's somebody like you. It was such an incredible experience watching you grow into the young man you are today. At a time in Troop 89 when we had a very large gap in age groups, we had no idea who to count on to be the leader of our troop. Older scouts were aging out, younger scouts were not ready, and then there were a few in between. Watching you in your younger years, you were watching and learning from the likes of Jimmy, Alex Munz, Kenny Manning, and Michael Iannone. You were not only stepped up, but you embraced that opportunity and took our troop and its young scouts to the next level. You were always the leader I knew you could be, and so proud of what you were able to accomplish. I wish you well in your future endeavors. You are destined to accomplish great things. Now, Ben, I've had the pleasure of seeing you on both sides of you. As a scout, I thoroughly looked forward to every requirement sign-off and Scoutmaster conference I had with you. Your preparation and answers to my questions were something out of a Wikipedia. I don't think the writers, I totally get it. I don't think the writers of the books could explain anything better than you did. I knew from the moment of your Scoutmaster Conference you were going to be a future Troop 89 Eagle Scout. I have also seen the fiery competitive soccer player. You wanted to win more than anything, but you knew exactly how to do it. With passion, hard work, and respect for opponents and officials. The leadership qualities you earned through Scouts transferred to the pregame and halftime pep talks that every teammate looked forward to every single game. There was no surprise your team voted you captain as a freshman. It has been such a joy to be part of your scouting experience, and I wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors. Although I know full well you do not need luck. While I may not be here in person, please know that I'm here in spirit and celebrating with you and your families. Sincerely, James Hatch, former Scoutmaster and current committee chairman, Troop 89. Congratulations, boys. Thank you.
Thank you, Scoutmaster Jones. At this time, I would like to invite Scouts Sean Donahue, Mason Allen, and Jonathan Underwood to assist with the ceremony. Please go to your positions. And I would also like to call Eagle Scout and proud big brother Jim Kemp for Voice of the Eagle to begin the trail to Eagle.
This is the voice of the eagle. The eagle lights to stands a single lighted blue candle. It represents the spirit of scouting. With this candle, you reflect on each element of the scout law and code.
A scout is trustworthy.
A scout A scout tells the truth. He keeps his promises. Honesty is a part of his code of conduct. People can always depend on him.
A scout is loyal.
A scout is true to his family, friends, scout leaders, school, nation, and world community.
A scout is helpful.
A scout is concerned about other people. He willingly volunteers to help others without expecting a payment or reward.
A scout is friendly.
A scout is a friend to all. He is a brother to other scouts. He seeks to understand others. He respects those with ideas and customs that are different from his own.
A scout is courteous.
A scout is polite to everyone regardless of age or position. He knows that good manners make it easier for people to get along together.
A scout is kind.
A scout understands their strengths in being gentle. He treats others as he wants to be treated. He does not harm or kill anything without reason.
A scout is obedient.
A scout follows the rules of his family, school, and troop. He obeys the laws of his community and country. If he thinks these rules and laws are unfair, he tries to have them change in an orderly manner rather than disobey them.
A scout is cheerful.
A scout looks for the bright side of life. He cheerfully does tasks that come his way. He tries to make others happy.
A scout is thrifty.
A scout works to pay his way and to help others. He saves for the future, he protects and conserves natural resources, and he carefully uses his time and property.
A scout is brave.
A scout can face danger even if he is afraid. He has the courage to stand for what he thinks is right, even if others laugh at him or threaten him.
A scout is clean.
A scout keeps his body and mind fit and clean. He goes around with those who believe in living by the same ideas. He helps to keep his home and community clean.
A scout is reverent.
A scout is reverent toward God. He is faithful in his religious duties. He respects the beliefs of others.
The scout oath describes three duties which are represented by the three candles: duty to God and country, duty to others, and duty to self.
Will all the scouts and leaders please stand and repeat the scout oath? On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the scout law, uplift people at all times, keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Daniel and Ben, the principles of the scout law and oath, along with the wisdom of being prepared and doing a good turn daily, are the foundation of the scouting career which has brought you to this point. For everything there is a beginning. Your trail to Eagle began with the scout rank. We remember when you took your first steps on this trail. At this point, you look back favorably on the trail climb and the experience of scouting. As a Life Scout, you have demonstrated leadership in the troop and have taken an active role in community service projects. Many are content to remain at this level. Only the most determined Life Scout will endure the difficult challenge of reaching the summit where the eagles dwell. You knew that you had the endurance and perseverance to complete the climb. With the heart badge of your uniform, you forged ahead into territory few scouts would encounter. The original principles, the Scout Law and Oath, now have greater meaning. Your understanding of them, of their purpose, and of their meaning is strengthened. Because the rank of Eagle is Scouting's highest award, it is necessary to verify your qualifications. Will our chartered organization representative, Kristen Simonini, please come forward to accomplish this task?
The awarding of the rank of Eagle Scout is an important and serious occasion. It acknowledges the fulfillment of a goal for which a Scout must work many years to achieve. This is an occasion for pride and joy. It is also a time for serious contemplation. Eagle Scout is the highest, most prestigious, and coveted rank in Scouting. It is the last major step in the Scouting Advancement Program. Only 5 to 6% of all Scouts in the United States earn the Eagle rank. The requirements of the Eagle rank are as follows. A Scout must earn 21 merit badges, the following 14 being required Eagle badges: camping, citizenship in the community, citizenship in the nation, citizenship in society, citizenship in the world, family life, first aid, personal fitness, personal management, one of the following: cycling, hiking, or swimming, communications, cooking, one of the following: environmental science or sustainability, and one of the following: emergency preparedness or life-saving. A Scout must serve actively in a troop leadership position for a period of at least 6 months after becoming a Life Scout. A Scout must plan, develop, and carry out a service project worthy of an Eagle Scout. A Scout must appear before a board of review of prominent persons to demonstrate that he has done his best to understand and live up to the Scout Oath and Law, and in all ways has qualified as an Eagle Scout. Troop 89 has made a careful examination of the qualifications of these candidates for Eagle Scout. Proficiency in the various crafts and skills prescribed for the Eagle rank has been checked, and the records of merit badges earned by Daniel and Ben have been approved and certified by the appointed merit badge counselors. The following is a resume of Daniel Kemp's scouting and personal history. Daniel joined Troop 89 in 2019 at age 11 when he crossed over from Weblow's Pack 200, where he received the Arrow of Light Award and now stands before us as an Eagle Scout. On his trail to Eagle, Daniel earned a total of 30 merit badges. He successfully completed junior leadership training and demonstrated his leadership ability within Troop 89 in the capacities of Assistant Senior Patrol Leader, Assistant Patrol Leader, and Webmaster. Daniel is a member of the Order of the Arrow and participated in over 35 camping trips, including a high-adventure trip to the Philmont Scout Ranch in Cimarron, New Mexico. It's a mouthful. Daniel's Eagle Scout service project involved a collaboration with the Medfield food cupboard. Daniel designed, built, and painted a large wooden storage cabinet to fill empty space in the food cupboard, serving as a secure place to store overflow food. The cabinet was painted to match the theme of other existing storage areas in the building. Additionally, Daniel arranged a food drive to fill the cabinet with high-demand items and spread awareness about the drive during troop meetings. Daniel collected and stored donations at home, and once the cabinet was built and installed, transported these to the food cupboard and stocked the shelves. Through his project, Daniel served his community by providing the food cupboard with a new storage solution, but also supplying them with much-needed food items. As a final step toward Eagle, Daniel appeared before an Eagle Board of Review on July 24, 2005, where he faced a board of adult Scout advisors who questioned him on his Scout accomplishments. It was this time Daniel was recognized for his efforts and received the distinction of the Eagle designation. Daniel is a senior at Medfield High School, where he is a member of several athletic teams, including winter and spring track and field. Daniel also plays cello in the string orchestra and is a member of the Model UN team and DECA team. Daniel has earned membership in both the National Honor Society and the Latin Honor Society. Notably, Daniel earned a gold medal on the National Latin exam and received recognition for an overall GPA in the top 10% of his class, earning a spot on the high honor roll. Outside of his academic and scouting pursuits, Daniel enjoys boating, fishing, biking, and writing Google reviews. I learned that one about you. I didn't know that one, Daniel. The following is a resume of Benjamin Simonini's scouting and personal history. Ben joined Troop 89 in 2021 at age 10 when he crossed over from Weblow's Pac 113, where he received the Arrow of Light Award and now stands before us as an Eagle Scout. On his trail to Eagle, Ben earned a total of 26 merit badges. He successfully completed junior leadership training and demonstrated his leadership ability within Troop 89 in the capacities of Assistant Senior Patrol Leader, Assistant Patrol Leader, and Den Chief to his former Cub Scout Pac 113. Ben is an Arrowman member of the Order of the Arrow and has participated in 18 camping trips, including the National High Adventure Sea Base sailing trip in St. Thomas this past summer. Ben's Eagle Service project was to build a storage shed at St. Edward's Parish in Medfield. Although located on the grounds of St. Edward's Church, the purpose of the shed is to provide storage options for a variety of community groups and organizations that seek assistance from the parish to store things. Ben showed strong leadership during the execution of the project by leading a group of 26 scouts and adults to construct the 10-foot by 10-foot shed at the back of the church parking lot. Ben also raised nearly $3,000 to offset the cost of the project. As a final step toward Eagle, Ben appeared before an Eagle Board of Review on June 23, 2025, when he faced a board of adult scout advisors who questioned Ben on his scout accomplishments. It was at this time that Ben was recognized for his efforts and received the distinction of Eagle. Ben is a sophomore at Medfield High School, where he is a multi-sport athlete on both soccer and track teams. Ben is involved in DECA and a member of the Investment Club and Fishing Club. Ben also has a passion for basketball, playing both CYO and club level. Notably, Ben is the recipient of the first Troop 89 Scoutmaster Award and a DECA District Award. Outside of his scouting and academic pursuits, Ben enjoys snowboarding and go-kart racing. Additionally, Ben works as a soccer referee and can be seen around town working at Brothers Marketplace. Daniel and Ben, you have both demonstrated your capacity and willingness to exert leadership ability in the activities that are constructive and worthwhile in this community. The record has been checked in troop leadership, school affairs, and in other fields of work and service. You have demonstrated your ability to live up to the 12 points of the Scout Law, as well as to the Scout Oath: duty to God and country, to others, and to yourself. You are qualified to receive the rank of Eagle Scout.
Thank you, Jim. Very well done. At this time, we also ask all recipients of the Girl Scout Gold Award to please stand and join our Eagles. Everyone, please join me in offering a round of applause to recognize all of these individuals for their great accomplishments. Now I'd ask everyone except Daniel and Ben to please be seated. And Mr. Mullen, I will call you to come up to the podium. Larry Mullen, Eagle Scout, is the grandfather of Jim and Daniel, and he will give the Eagle Oath.
Repeat after me.
truth as much as possible.
And be a living example of the Scout oath and law.
And be a living example of the Scout oath and law.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
Thank you, Mr. Mullen. Can the Eagle Scouts please have a seat? Before calling the candidates forward with their parents, I want to explain the special award ceremony. First, the mother of the Eagle candidate will be given the Eagle Medal to pin on her son. Then there will be a second, second Eagle badge from the father. Next, the Scout will present his mother with the mother's pin and flowers, after which there will be the father's pin. Lastly, we'll call the Eagle Advisor to the altar to present the mentor pin. I'll ask Scoutmaster Jones to please come to the altar.
Will Carl and Jessica and Daniel Kemp please join me at the altar for the presentation of the Eagle badge? They have all sorts of these little pins. They're so little. Congratulations. All right. Mrs. Simonini, come on up. Could we have also Ben's mentor, Mr. Benson, come on up, please? And I forgot to do this for Daniel. Give that pin to Mr. Benson. That's a tie tack. Put it on his lapel. Congratulations. Can you go ahead and sit? Is Jeff Katerba here? I do not see him. No, okay. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Pastore, you're up. Thank you.
Will Eagle Scout Jim Kemp please come up to the podium to give the Eagle Charge to our Eagles?
I have the honor to give you the Eagle Scout Charge on the occasion to your elevation of the highest rank in Scouting. The Boy Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history. You have been counted worthy of this high rank in the Boy Scouts of America. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked man. As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to do your duty to God, to country, to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother Scouts. Your responsibility goes beyond your fellow Scouts. It extends to your country and to your God. America has many good things to give you and those who follow you, but these good things depend, for the most part, on the character and leadership abilities of her citizens. Our country has had a great past. You can make the future greater still. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only towards the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and your fellow man. So live and serve all who cherish America's great gifts. We have too many who use their strength and their knowledge to exploit others and to gain selfish ends. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their hearts and hands to the common good. Build America on the solid foundations of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. Then, whatever others may do, you will leave behind you a record of which you may be justly proud.
Thank you, Jim. Will our chartered org rep and new Eagle mom, Mrs. Simonini, please come to the podium?
I'd like to invite honored guests from our community to present the boys with letters of recognition. First, Mr. Ted Wolfstitch, representing the Medfield Lions.
Thank you. I'm Ted Wolfstitch with the Medfield Lions Club. This is really, I've never been to one of these before. This is really something. Really impressive. Congratulations on your work, Daniel and Benjamin. This is a significant achievement. By earning the rank of Eagle Scout, you have demonstrated your commitment to the ideals of Medfield Troop 89. The skills you demonstrated in earning your award will serve you well as a scout, a professional, and a member of your community. As a scout, you have also demonstrated your commitment to the Lions motto, "We serve." We believe where there is a need, there is a lion, which recognizes the role that volunteers play in strengthening their communities. Community service and civic engagement are wonderful ways to show you care about the needs of others and to champion the important issues in your community. Lions Club International thanks you for your dedication to improving the lives of others. We hope you will continue collaborating with the Medfield Lions Club and that you will continue to be an agent of positive change in your community. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Wolfstich. Next, I'd like to invite our Medfield Select Board members, Gus Murphy and Pete Peterson.
You can tell we've rehearsed this. So I'm here to answer the burning question that I'm sure is in your minds. What is a select board and why is a select board person here at my Eagle Scout Court of Honor? So the select board is technically the executive of the town. So the fact that Gus and I are here are not important. The fact that's important is that we're the symbols of your hometown. And we're here because your hometown is rightly proud of what you have accomplished, because you have accomplished a lot. And it is an accomplishment for your family, for your patrol, for your troop, and for your hometown. So we're all here to celebrate with you. You guys have done an awful lot, but along the way, there have been a lot of people that have helped and participated in it. Like they say, it takes a village. Here, it takes a Medfield to get you guys here. So we're sort of the symbols of Medfield, and we're here to say congratulations and thank you for everything you've done for the town, and we're here to celebrate with you. And then the other thing that I'm here to do is to give you a challenge today, because just as you're part of Troop 89, which is iconic in Medfield, I'm also part of something else in Medfield, which is the Medfield Foundation, which does an iconic angel run race every first Sunday in December. And so I'm here, and now we're forming teams for the angel run, and I'm here to challenge you and Troop 89 to form a team to see if you can outdo my Medfield Board of Directors team. So, thank you.
So now you know the real reason we're here is we're the entertainment for this ceremony. Oh, yeah. First, Eileen Murphy, our third select board member, asked me to extend her regrets that she couldn't be here. That's not because she's goofing off this afternoon, but she was the designated judge for the Spooktacular competition over at Hinkley Pond, so it was a conflict on schedule, so that's where she was at. First, congratulations to both of you. I saw, and I watched a TV show earlier this week that reported on a poll of Gen Z young adults that reported a majority of Gen Z young adults aren't really that committed or convinced that democracy is the best form of government for us. I don't know, it didn't say what they thought would be better, but when I heard that, as someone who grew up who was a scout not all that long after World War II and in the middle of the Vietnam War, where certain things like democracy were pretty well shared in absolute values, I heard that, and the first thing that I did was I thought of my three boys. The youngest one is right on the border between millennial and Gen Z, so that's the closest I got, and I said, are my boys confused about this? And it was a pretty resounding no. But then I asked myself a second question. I said, is Medfield a town that is raising young adults? This is, I guess, post-Gen Z. I don't know when Gen Z ends, but have we been doing a good enough job as a town to make sure that as young Americans grow up, they understand what's important and they work to support it? And I said, yes, I think we are. And I said, so how do you know? And the very first thought that came to mind was our Boy Scout troops. And so I share that with you, and I think about some of the things like the citizenship merit badges that get called out. I don't know about you, when I was a scout, I almost felt like they were sort of boring academic kind of merit badges, and it wasn't until I got a lot older that I actually realized they matter. what you stand for really matters. The comments from your Scoutmaster, some of the other comments, the Eagle Charge is Eagle Scouts for sure. It falls on you to stand up for what you believe in and to set the standard. But for all of you sitting here as Boy Scouts, it falls on all of you, because if nobody's doing that anymore, we don't have the kind of country that we have. And I firmly believe that Boy Scouts and Scouts like you have put the effort into becoming Eagle Scouts, and those in this troop that came before you that did that, I think you're the ones that'll make a big difference on where this all goes. So I usually tell funnier stories, but this one bothered me this week that I saw that. And I wanted to share that because I actually did. After I validated my own sons, the very first place that I found myself looking at why I think we're doing a good job in this town was the Boy Scout troops. So I have 2 certificates of achievement, one for Ben. You want to help me with Ben? And, I think I got that right. No, I have Ben's. You have. There we go. And this is a certificate of achievement from the select board, signed by the select board members, congratulating you on your accomplishments. Very cool.
Thank you, Pete and Gus. I'd also like to welcome American Legion Post 110 Representative Paul Galafaro.
My name is Paul Galafaro. I'm the current chaplain and former commander of the American Legion at Medfield. This is about my 5th ceremony that I've been part of when I was the commander, and also filling in for different commanders, the commander now being Tom Sweeney. One thing that I learned today, which I didn't know before, is I knew once a Marine, always a Marine. Now I know that once an Eagle Scout, always an Eagle Scout. There's no such thing as a former Eagle Scout. I have a couple of plaques to present to the boys. And another thing that I echo is that I really believe that Medfield is a democratic town. And I get that from being a member of the American Legion, and how the Scouts and the people in Medfield have supported the parade for many years, as well as the night for at the luminaries at Baxter Park as well. So I have 2 plaques, one for Daniel. One for Ben. Congratulations. And thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the day.
And I'd also like to welcome our Unit Commissioner, Jerry Kazanjian.
At least it didn't fall on my butt. Well, good afternoon. I'm here representing the Mayflower Council, and I want to congratulate these 2 young men for this prestigious honor. And I want to say this has been a very nice ceremony, but I want to liven it up a little bit. So I have a story for you. There were 5 people on a small plane. 1 was an Eagle Scout. Number 2 was the pilot. 3 was a Scoutmaster. 4 was an old priest. And 5 was a politician. The pilot came running out of the cockpit yelling, "We're going to crash, we're going to crash. There are only 4 parachutes, I'm taking one," and he jumped out of the plane. The politician said, "I'm the most important person in town, I have to be saved." Grabbed the second parachute, jumped out of the plane. The Scoutmaster said, "I'm the leader of my troop, my boys need me. I'm the world's greatest Scoutmaster, I must save myself." He grabbed the third parachute and jumped. That left 1 parachute. The old priest looked at the young Eagle Scout and said, "You go ahead, take the last parachute and jump. I'm not afraid to die. I've had a good life and I'm ready to meet my God." The Eagle Scout shook his head. "No, sir, no, no." The Eagle Scout said to the priest, "It's no problem. The world's greatest scoutmaster just jumped out with my backpack on." Anyway, one of the things I've always done at Eagle ceremonies is collect the autograph of the Eagle Scout, because I know, like it's been said, they're going to go on to do wonderful things. And I want their autograph. So, Dan, come on up here. You got a pen? Be prepared. That a boy. Why don't you put your name right here, right, and leave room for bed. Right here, and put it today's date. You know today's date?
18.
Good boy. Congratulations. Ben, come on up. Right here, Ben. Good job. Congratulations. Thank you very much. In a little while, we go in the other room. I have a message for you all. I'll get your attention. I'll talk about it then. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. We also have some recognitions that were received for the boys, and we want to read those to you now. Can I do that one? Okay, thank you. Okay. So, not reading it twice, you each got one of these, so dear, insert your name. This is from the Office of the Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Dear Eagle Scout, congratulations on the great milestone and honor of earning the Scouting America Eagle Scout Award. Rising to the rank of Eagle Scout is a remarkable and outstanding accomplishment, one which demonstrates the highest qualities of leadership and character, requiring hard work and principled dedication to service, community, and direction. These attributes are essential to improving our shared civic life. You, your family, and each member of Troop 89 should be very proud. Benjamin, with this honor, Daniel, with this honor, you join a class of highly distinguished Americans, including members of Congress, governors, and other public residents. Setting an example for your community, your leadership efforts, as well as your dedication of your troop, help us all look forward to a bright future. Sincerely, Moira Healy, Governor. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So this one is from the House of Representatives, from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to Daniel Kemp and Ben Simonini in recognition of his attainment of the rank of Eagle Scout and his contributions to his community. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Given this 18th day of October 2025 at the State House, Boston, Massachusetts. From Ronald Mariano, our Speaker of the House, and signed also by our State Representative Marcus Vaughn and our State Representative Josh Tarski. Okay. Well, I think we need to have more room in our house, Jess. What do you think? From the Commonwealth of Massachusetts State Senate. Official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to Daniel Kemp and Benjamin Simonini in recognition of your outstanding achievement in attaining the highest rank in scouting, Eagle Scout. And be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to, and a copy thereof transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate. Signed by Karen Spilka, President of the Senate, Michael Hurley, Clerk of the Senate, and Rebecca Roche, State Senator. Roche. Last one, okay. Oh, I never know how to say his name. This will be fun. From the United States House of Representatives. Thank you. Our town moderator knows how to say it. Certificate of Recognition from Jake Auchincloss, United States Congressman, for Daniel and Ben. In recognition of your achievement of the rank of Eagle Scout and your thoughtful Eagle Project, thank you for your commitment to public service and congratulations on this remarkable accomplishment. Signed October 18th, 2025, Medfield, Massachusetts, the 4th Congressional District of Massachusetts. Any more paper? Congratulations, boys.
Oh, boy. Well, we appreciate everyone's remarks today. The remarks we're about to get, I think, is what everyone is here for and what everyone's most excited for. So first, we're going to have Daniel Kemp, and I have had the distinct pleasure of witnessing Daniel's growth over the past decade into the extremely thoughtful and hardworking young man to my left today. One quality that's always stuck out to me with Daniel is his perseverance, which he's continually shown throughout his Eagle journey, and which is really inspiring to me. So Daniel, I'd ask you to come to the podium and give your remarks.
I will never forget my first West Point camporee, because it was terrible. For those of you whose memories aren't scarred by that trip, it had rained the day before, and the campground was just a big dirt field. That dirt field soon turned into inches of mud as far as the eye could see. I was cold, I was miserable, and I was very muddy. My boots were soaked through. Every fun activity had been canceled, and to top it all off, my tent collapsed on me in the middle of the night. And yet, given the option to call it quits and head home, I stayed. And I'm glad I did. Maybe it's some kind of trauma response in my brain, but I still have fond memories of that camporee. It turns out that even if you're caked in mud, being surrounded by great people makes any trip worth going on. Now, I want to take a few moments to thank some of those people, the ones who make this all worthwhile. I'll try my best to give everyone the thanks they deserve. I want to start by thanking all the troop adults, from those who put up with my new Scout shenanigans to those who deal with my last-minute emails. Your patience and understanding cannot be overstated, and it means more to me than I can say. I want to thank Mr. Katurba. He's not here, but I couldn't have asked for a better Eagle advisor. When I needed plywood sheets cut, he was there, circular saw in hand. And to Mr. Hatch, I wish you were here. You've been an incredible Scoutmaster. You've always been there for me, whether it was rank advancement or leadership advice. A big thank you to the folks at the Medfield Food Cupboard. My work with you gave me a new understanding of community service and showed me the immense impact that small acts of goodwill can have. If I had to do another Eagle project, I'd still choose to work with you. Most importantly, I want to thank my family. To my sister, Susie, thank you for bearing with me and showing up to the occasional Scout meeting. I know you hated it, but I appreciate that you did it anyway, with just minimal complaining. To my brother, Jim, where is he? Jim, who came here from college to be here for this moment for me. He's the reason why I'm speaking to you now, not only as an Eagle Scout, but as a Boy Scout at all. When I first saw him in that Weeblos uniform, I was hooked. I knew scouting was something I wanted to do, in part because I thought the uniform looked cool, but because it was something that he was doing, and I looked up to him as much as any little sibling could. Jim, you've been the greatest role model, the greatest friend, and the greatest brother I could ever ask for. The greatest of thanks to both my amazing parents. I wouldn't be here without them, literally. Your constant love and support motivated me to continue on the path to Eagle. You pushed me to achieve my goals and urged me to never underestimate myself. From the Pinewood Derby to my first day at Squanto, you've been there every step of the way. I cannot thank you enough for it. I would not have gotten this far without your persistence, your help, and your faith. And a special thanks to my dad. You made all this possible, and I can't begin to thank you enough. Whether you liked it or not, scouting was as much a part of your life as it was a part of mine, if not more. All the sleepless nights and sub-zero temperatures, the early mornings, the inedible camp food, the dull committee meetings, you braved it all just to be with me. You were at my crossover ceremony. You were there during my bizarre Philmont experience, and you're here now. I just can't believe how much you've given to me to make this journey happen, and no words can express my gratitude. Thank you for sticking with Scouting and for sticking with me. Lastly, I want to thank Scouting itself. It's hard to put into words the impact Scouting has had on my life. It's given me more than I could ever ask for: invaluable skills, lifelong friends, and unforgettable memories. I can confidently say that joining Boy Scouts was one of the best decisions I've ever made, and I hope to make many more good decisions. As I look out at my fellow Scouts, I hope that someday you'll stand where I am now and realize just how much Scouting has given to you, too. So thank you, all of you. This achievement belongs to you as much as it does to me.
Thank you, Daniel. My two favorite parts of the Scout Law are helpful and cheerful, and Ben Simonini exemplifies both as much as any Scout I've ever known. There's not one younger Scout in Troop 89 that hasn't benefited from Ben's mentoring and cheerful spirit. Ben, please come to the podium for your remarks.
Let's see if I can. Here we go. Well, hello everyone. Thank you all for coming. Let me just say it is an honor and a privilege to finally be an Eagle Scout, and it's been a heck of a ride, from all the MBUs, the days at summer camp, and all the great campouts we had, even the not so great ones, the ones where it rained, bad food, MREs. I can go on, but I know you guys would be bored, so we'll move on to what I've learned. A couple life lessons, a couple outdoor tips, and a couple facts about life that has helped me along this journey. And to celebrate all the good times and learning that came with them, there are a couple people that I'd like to thank for this great, great honor. First, I'd like to thank my troop. Everyone has always been so supportive and helpful. When I needed a requirement done, I was always taken care of. When I had a question, I felt that I was always able to ask. I'd specifically like to thank my Eagle Project Advisor, Mr. Benson, and everyone else who helped with the shed at St. Edward's. I could not have done without you guys. Big part of it. And I'd also like to thank the Currys for organizing today, and you guys are so great. Thank you guys so much for that. And I'd like to thank my Scoutmaster, Mr. Hatch, old Scoutmaster, for always seeing me through like the earliest parts of my journey and being there. I really don't think I would have been able to stick with it if it wasn't for him. Next, I'd like to thank some people who are also very dear to me, just like my troop, who are all my friends. Although I wouldn't call these guys my friends. It's my family, if you didn't guess already. You guys have always been there, cheering me on, happy to see my progress every time. And I'd specifically like to call my Uncle Michael, right back there, for showing me what an Eagle Scout should be and always helping me to stick with it. You've been a staple of my journey, and I thank you for that. Next, I'd like to thank someone who I could literally never have done this without, my mom. She was the one who signed me up for those service hours, those MBU classes, the summer camps, even when I really didn't want to be there, and all the things that I needed to succeed. I still think my time could have been better spent playing Call of Duty, or maybe doing some other fun stuff, but we're here now, so let's just enjoy the moment. If my mom wasn't as involved as she was, and still is, I would not be here today. I promise you that. Thank you, Mom. I couldn't have done it without you. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to thank somebody who most people actually forget to thank. And I think we all should thank this person. Someone who's always there, who literally I could not have done any of this without, literally. And that's God. God has given me so many blessings in the form of my family, my friends, my troop, and this great community. And while I'm always looking towards the next chapter of my life, I'd like to stop and thank him for all he's given me. I hope you all do the same. In short, Scouting has taught me many great things. How to be a leader, how to handle a variety of situations, how to work with people, and even how to survive on my own. It's been a journey, and I still have a few good years left, maybe, hopefully. But I'm ready for whatever comes next. Thanks, everyone, for coming. God bless you guys. Enjoy the rest of the ceremony.
Thank you, Ben. Well said. Bob Benson, will you please come back up to give us the benediction?
In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit, amen. Dear God, in the Eagle Scout Court of Honor, marks the end of one journey and the commitment to another, a commitment to better citizenship and a commitment to be an example of leadership to all. Bless all of Benjamin and Daniel's future endeavors. Walk with them wherever their lives take them, and give them your strength, your compassion, your wisdom, and your love. And may all of us gathered here be committed to Scouting's ideals, which instruct us to lead better lives. May we, like all our Eagles today, always follow our own trails, discover who we are by exploring the unknown. May God be with us all. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Benson. At this point, we will conduct our closing ceremony, which will officially end the Eagle Court. On behalf of Troop 89, our newest Eagles, Ben and Dan, and their families, I would like to thank everyone for coming and invite you to join us afterward in Fellowship Hall. Senior Patrol Leader Emeritus, Sean Donahue, please come back to the podium for our closing ceremony.
Color guard, advance. Will everyone please stand? Color guard, please post the colors.
Thank you, everybody.
you.